Hey everybody, it's Ozone. Welcome back to another episode from the Vault Hunter Friend SMP. Look at this, it's another new room. I finished this room that's looking out over the cave. Unfortunately, it's kind of night outside, so it's not quite as pretty, but I like the view. I like having this thing looking out over the interior cavern of the mountain. It's not the same as the others, but it's also in the same vein, and I like that a lot. But anyway, this room is clean and empty and ready to be used. And you know what we're going to use it on today? Thermal expansion! I only took the mod like 3 episodes ago, but I finally want to actually do something with it, and this seems like the perfect space to do it. My big concern, however, is going to be power. I'm still using the diamond generator, fueled by lava down there, to run my AE system, and I have a feeling thermal expansion is going to require a little bit more power than a diamond generator is going to be able to provide. So I might just have to go into power after all. Now, I do have a fair bit of knowledge, and I've got some knowledge stars already made up, so if we do need to go into power, that's not really going to be a problem. It's just the crafting. I kind of hate crafting things with power, honestly, and I have a feeling thermal is going to be kind of the same way, but I don't really know until we get further into it. I do also have a fair few mod boxes that I've been holding on to, so it's always wonderful to open up a mod box and get something that's really cool and expensive. I don't really know what is expensive in thermal, but I know I'm missing some expensive things out of both the drawers and AE, so let's open up 22 mod boxes first and hope we get something really cool. Honestly, an easy villager auto trader would be really cool too. All right, we're just gonna spew it all out there. Yeah, I see a lot of villager stuff. 5 more traders, a farmer, not that that's that big a deal. An aquatic entangler, okay, another thermal thing, a nullifier. We got one of those before. A blast chiller. I think that's a really cool thermal thing. Another, wait, oh, an aquatic entangler and an aqueous accumulator. Okay. Couple more drives, easy enough. But nothing that I can see that is super expensive, or at least not that I know of. Is that? Not particularly, no. How about that? Not particularly. How about that? Again, not particularly. Saving 5 chromatic steel is nice, though. Oh, an infinite water bucket. Yeah, that's expensive. That takes a pog. I want one of those, honestly. So we did get at least one thing that was kind of expensive. So yay, mod boxes for the win, for getting expensive stuff. So I do guess that it's a good thing I've gotten the villager stuff. I've got the incubator and a breeder so that we can get more of the villagers. But hey, let's see, I need to give him some seeds. Let's go get some seeds. And that guy will just continuously make different things out of the farm. I think carrots. Yes, carrots. It's obviously not that fast, and it's not that large of a capacity, but being able to come in here and grab carrots will be very nice. I could probably do with a few more of these things, honestly. Well, I don't really know where to begin exactly, so I think I'm just going to plop all of these machines that I have down, along with an extra iron generator, and we're just going to start playing with them. Got 2 of these nullifiers, which don't know what they do. The blast chiller, though, I think is probably what I'm most interested in because ice is not something that you can generate with Create or any of the other mod packs. I think thermal is the only one that you can. So we'll start with the batch composter. I don't honestly know what this does, but I mean, it looks like it's supposed to compost things, and it looks like it could use 9 slots at a time. I did do some learning about thermal, so I know that there are augmentations that go into this tab. I know you can enable or disable this block based on redstone control here, and it's generally initially good to have this set to ignored so that it's just always enabled. And oh, hey, produces compost from organic waste. Items have varying effectiveness. Give back to nature. Okay, we can do that. So it doesn't look like it makes bone meal, but it produces compost. And there is some compost. So what can we do with compost? We can use it, along with other stuff, to make podzol mycelium and dirt from sand. Well, we can get an infinite amount of sand through create and probably through thermal as well. But we need compost in order to grow things. Not exactly that useful because we do have the greenhouse with botany pots all over it. And I think botany pots are probably easier and better in every way, given that they don't take power or require compost or water. But it's nice for self-sufficiency. I won't have to go into botany pots in order to interact with and get something that I particularly want. Pretty interesting. Okay, so the phytogenic insulator looks like it's the thing to have for growing stuff, and compost is a big part of it. All right, well, that is interesting. I do really like that they have this information. The aqueous accumulator provides copious amounts of waters, requires adjacent water sources to function, don't drown. Good advice. Good advice. Drowning is generally considered bad. This does not have a power requirement, it looks like, which is going to be nice. So yeah, hook it up to next to an infinite water source, and it just pumps water out for all of the other uses of all of the other machines. The aquatic entangler captures assorted wildlife. Use bait to boost production and adjust what is caught. Must be placed in a body of water. Hang up your fishing rod. So it looks like anything that can come from the fishing loot tables, I'm guessing, can be caught here. But getting a source of cod and salmon and tropical fish, this looks like it would probably work just fine. I have no idea what the bait looks like. I wonder if we have it in here. Yeah. A junk net, aqua chow, and benthic aqua chow. Catch things from the deep, best used in ocean biomes. I wonder if you could catch glow squid with a benthic aqua chow bait and the aquatic entangler. And this looks like it's just fish. Or you can catch guardians potentially. Those are the only things that come from the deep that I'm aware of. All right, neat. Okay, nullifier. Destroys anything placed into it. Items and fluid inserted with automation are destroyed instantly. All right, it just destroys things. It's another trash can. I've already got a trash can from AE, and it at least gives me the matter balls. And this doesn't seem to give me anything out of it. It would be kind of nice if this would give me power, but it doesn't seem like it does. It just destroys it. Could definitely be useful for ancillary output, though, in larger productions, you know? All right, the blast chiller rapidly freezes items and fluids. Can use a forming cast with fluids to determine the output. Burr. Okay, I was going to say, what? There's no pithy remark at the end? Burr. There we go. And this shows our energy usage. Cool. Sounds like there's a lot to learn. The first question is, if we fuel the iron generator, how long is that going to last with one of these machines? I don't think it's going to be very long at all, honestly. So I'm looking through the list of stuff from Thermal to try to find a cable, and I really didn't find any. But I was noticing that there are these dynamos, a Stirling dynamo, the compression dynamo, the magmic dynamo, and this requires an additional research, thermal dynamos. Now, I gotta say, I've not paid too much attention to the other power sources here, but yeah, thermal dynamos is another power mod that I can unlock for the cost of 8. But it's better than power, and I think it probably requires thermal expansion, honestly. Kind of like mechanism generators requires mechanism. But I've never paid any attention to these other ones. So I guess actually that a thermal dynamo is probably going to be the right way to go to create power for all of our machines. It still doesn't really answer the question of pipes. How do I move power around, and how do I move items and fluids around? I don't really see anything that's called a cable or a pipe or anything like that. So I feel like we might also need to go into one of the other Transportation mods? I may have gotten in over my head with this. We shall see. We shall see. So of the things that I have here, not counting, I could obviously make other things, but I kind of want to just experiment with what I've already got. This blast chiller is the only one that requires power. The nullifier doesn't require power. The aquatic entangler doesn't seem to require power. The aqueous accumulator also does not, and the composter does not. So I guess let's try to put this thing next to the generator here and see how much we get with a bucket of lava. Is it working? 4 Fe per tick. Looks pretty pathetic. But it is working. It's filling stuff up. Okay, so now we need some water. That should be sufficient. We got a little bit of water. Oh, show recipes. So with this casting of a ball, we can make snowballs. With no casting, oh, if we put honey in there, we're going to make honey blocks. Very interesting. Nothing, we're going to make ice. Did it make ice? No, it's trying to. It's trying to. There's just not enough power. So let's turn it off so we can see the power build up enough so that we might be able to actually get something to create. How much power does it take? There we go. It takes 2000 RF to make a block of ice. So once this has gone up to 2000, there we go. We'll turn this to ignore. We should see it complete and generate a block of ice. Oh, nice. Very nice. Ice, like I said, ice is one of those things that's hard to come across, It's not that it's hard to come across. It's just none of the mods that we have access to in Vault Hunters can be used to create ice, at least as far as I'm aware. This is the only one. Very, very nice. At least we're getting somewhere. So I think for now, we're just going to make a cheap, quick, and easy infinite water source right here so that we can get the aqueous accumulator going. Yeah, there we go. So how do we do this? Does it need to be in the middle of an infinite water source? Basically, do we need more water sources? Ah, there we go. I see it looks like it's filled up now. Boom. 4,000. It seems like specific sides? No. Maybe it's just got to be adjacent on 2 sides, not just one. Again, not too sure. The video that I watched wasn't terribly certain either, which isn't very encouraging, quite honestly. It doesn't really look like the sides are much of an indication, but this definitely looks like an output of some kind and not an input. These look like an input, so I think that's going to be the way to go for right now. Very good, very good. The question is now, how do I get the water from the accumulator into the chiller? I think AE does have some cables for that. Fluix. Then are they... do they transport water? Well, I guess there's only one way to find out, isn't there? I don't quite have enough. But I can tell that it's also not connecting up, so that is not going to be the right answer. Hey, looky here. They actually provided a guide. The Thermalpedia. That's what I need. Oh, man. All right. Oh, wait. A gear? Can I get an iron gear? I can. Okay. All right. Looks like I need to make a couple of those, huh? This is going to be really, really important. Hey, looky here. Interesting. The machines will let you have 65 items in the output because sometimes there's a 50% chance of an extra thing happening, and they wanted to not lose that and account for it. Huh. Novel solution. Where do we have transport? Augments. Okay, apparently it doesn't have anything that transports items around that I can tell, or at least it's not covered by one of these major groupings of things. So, looks like I need to get into pipes, I guess. Pipes or XNet, I don't really know, but I've never used either one of them. Well, I happen to have a few knowledge stars made up, so I guess let's take some knowledge. XNet is definitely more expensive. It's very powerful infrastructure mod. fluids, and redstone through one single pipe. It requires in-game programming to work, but can make your contraptions considerably smaller and more efficient, presumably because multiple things are going through the same pipe. Where pipes, on the other hand, has never been easier. Transfer, perfect for your farms or generators. Well, let's take a look at what we can make with pipes. Specifically, I need fluid transfer, and if they can't do that, well, then we don't want to go into that mod now, do we? There we go. Item, fluid, energy, and gas. Very simple little mod. Very, very simple. Not that bad for a single knowledge star, I'd say. But XNet is more powerful because, again, it transfers all these things through one single pipe. Okay, so we have these network cables. They don't look that hard to construct. And I guess this is the one and only cable that you need. Well, considering Thermal Dynamos is 8, and I've only got 9, I think I want to do both. I think I want to do Thermal Dynamos, and then that only leaves the one for pipes, which I think at this point is fine. I don't need the extra capabilities that XNet offers in its more expensive cost, I think. Famous last words, right? Famous last words. So now that I've got pipes, I can make this a fluid pipe. Again, not that bad. We get a lot of them from a single craft. Okay, why did it go into the generator and why did it not go into my aqueous accumulator? Oh, configuration. That's right. Back. There we go. Wait. Oh, that was the top. That's what connected up. Side, bottom, that's back. Yes. Well, we've got quite a bit of power accumulated in there. Is it working? We don't have any water. Why don't we have any water? We got power. Why don't we have any water? I'm guessing that we need this pipe wrench. Sticks and flint. That seems like the only other possible thing. So let's go make that. All right, so we got this pipe wrench. And then, yes, that changed things. Which is which? That disconnected it. No. What? It works on that too? But no, get back in there, connect. Why won't you do it? Apparently I gotta reconnect it? Okay. Oh, I think I got some water out. Yes, we've gotten water into it. We got a little bit of water in there. I took out some, but we've definitely made some ice. So wait, now why are we not getting water into it? So apparently, I guess when it's flanged out like that, I guess that means it's an output. Whoa, I can't do anything with that. And if I do that, it disconnects it and it doesn't reconnect until I actually break it and reapply it, which seems a little annoying, but I think, okay, that's what it is. We needed this style of connection on the box here, and we needed this style of connection on that box. Okay, we're getting there. So this is going to sit here and just chug away using all of the energy from the furnace to create some ice for me. I mean, that's good. That's good. We're clearly going to need a little bit more energy than this iron furnace can provide, though. But that's going to need the dynamos. I'm not sure I'm ready to dive into that quite yet, honestly. We've still got a lot of thermal machines to figure out. All right, well, next up, let's look at the composter. Again, this doesn't take any power, and I got some of these warped wart blocks to see what it does. Drop something in, it looks like it's working, and I see nothing output. But I can put in a whole bunch of it, and it looks like it does 9 at a time. There we go. If you have 9 at a time, it looks like then we get some compost. All right, next I think I want to try this aquatic entangler. It does say that it must be placed in a body of water and use bait to boost production and adjust what is caught. I do have a river down there in the valley outside the base. That seems like a good place to start. Let me get my wings on and let's go play around with it. Whee! Obviously, I don't visit this area very often at all, but it should be teeming with life. I can see some squid and some salmon. All right. Well, there we go. The aquatic entangler is placed. I guess I just come back later? I don't know. Fishing is not something that happens very fast, so I would kind of expect that it would just sit here and work slowly over time. Hasn't done it yet. It does say that bait will increase the production, and I don't have any bait in there, so I guess let's check on it a bit later. That's a couple days later in real life, and I've been by to check on this thing, and it hasn't done jack squat. Nothing at all. So I did a little research and learned that it's not installed correctly. It needs to be, well, not sitting on the bottom of the water, and it needs to have a little bit more water blocks around it than it currently does. So I'm going to try it just a little bit more and bring this guy out a little bit before adding that in. That seems like it should be good enough. Basically, it needs, I think, at least 5 by 5 by 2 around it. And it does look like it has a nice animation going. So now that this is placed properly, I'll come back a little later. I've also gone ahead and put a warp plate here so I can get back and forth pretty quick. But my big concern is that it's too far away from where I am in this base to actually be considered active, to actually get ticks. So I might have to make my own artificial lake somewhere closer, aka inside the mountain. But that's fine. That's fine. We'll come back to that a little bit later. Now, I've also opened a few more mod boxes and gotten a couple of these lapidary dynamos. I was hoping to get a really good dynamo. This one isn't that expensive to craft, but I got 2 of them, surprisingly. But I don't know what they do. Okay, generates flux using gems. Great. Probably a portal to an alternate dimension of sparkle-obsessed goblins. Gems are just pretty rocks anyway. Great. You feed it diamonds and you get power. That sounds like it's not very useful, honestly. I don't think there's a good way to create diamonds in the game. I'd rather use one of the others. So let's see what we got. Sterling. Unfortunately, these things don't really tell you what they consume. I did see the compression needs certain kinds of fluids and gases that are a little harder to get. Oil, I think. And I don't even know how to get oil at the moment. Magmic eats lava. Numismatic? A numismatic? A numiscist is a coin collector, so that must eat coins? Are there thermal coins? No, the coins aren't thermal, but so maybe it's precious metals? I don't really want to build it just so that I can see what it consumes. Okay, then we have a disenchantment dynamo, which will disenchant things and use the experience that you would get from it to create energy, and a gourmand dynamo. Now, Botania has a gourmand flower that will eat foods, and cakes are really, really good. So that's probably what this does as well. So honestly, I don't know that these are going to be better than the diamond generator. I've still got to feed them. I just don't know how much energy it creates. Okay, well, our handy-dandy book actually is here for some explanation, I hope. Burnable liquid fuels such as tree oil. Okay. Uses enchanted items such as books. Fine. Gourmand uses food, as I predicted. Lapidary uses gems, which I guess is really all we've got is emeralds and diamonds. And look, it's a wild yo-yo who's interrupting my video recording process. That's cool. That's cool.
How you doing, Ozone?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Trying to
Nice.
figure
Working
out
on
thermal. Yeah.
Yeah. How's it going so far? Oh, you unlocked pipes too?
I unlocked pipes too. Thermal doesn't come with any item transport at all, so I had to go
Okay.
into pipes.
Well, I'm
And
assuming that's another mod you haven't utilized too much.
yeah, I've never used that before. Nope. And then these dynamos, the thermal dynamos, is power production.
So
Well, anyway,
that's what you're up
yeah,
to
that's what
today.
I've been up to.
Gotcha.
What? What?
Come
Come
here.
here.
Surprise.
Okay. What? Where'd you go?
No,
Well,
you're one slow guy, Ozone.
I guess so. And
Secret hole. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa! Ozone. Whoa! Secret base. Whoa! 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 Javelins.
I got
It's
no
my
armor on,
terrorist
man.
hide.
You're gonna kill me again.
It's my secret base under your house. I've made it.
Secret,
I was
secret
bored.
manhole. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Wow, I had no idea. I had no
No
idea.
idea. No clues.
No
Whoa!
clue. You
What a
sneaky guy.
surprise!
Yeah. And these kitchens, man, this kitchen looks pretty good.
I think yeah, I went all out. You know, I put the overhead cabinets, tables. I
Yeah?
made you the fruit basket. Okay, if you're ever out of vault meat, you can steal from here. You got the spatula.
Where's the vault meat, man?
It's in the count. It's on the tray. Blind man.
It is. All I saw
Uh.
was the apples and the glowberries.
No. I went
Vault
all
meat
out
kind of
here.
blends in. Wow. Vault meat belongs in a fruit basket, huh?
Yeah, that's the way to go. So that's how you store it. Don't use drawers. Use fruit baskets. That's the way to go. I'm telling you. It's
Wow, yeah, you're
new
right.
meta. New meta. New meta.
What what is that?
I don't know. I don't remember
Oh, it's the
building the redstone.
kick.
Did I? Why is there an observer out of here? Under here. Wait, did I do something? Why is there a sticky paste in here? I don't remember doing this, Ozone. This I do not remember doing.
Oh, well, yeah, there's definitely something weird going on there.
Like I
You're
said, I
trying
was
to kill
very.
me, aren't you?
I
Watch
was
the whole area
looking at.
just explode as I'm hitting note blocks.
Oh
Boom.
wait, look. Wait, come here. Look. Wait, what's all this? I didn't make this. Wait, maybe Nucleotide made this?
You
Secret.
found that's the
Oh, this is pretty cool. Look, you drew a meme face.
pie.
I
No, it's
didn't.
pie.
I didn't. I didn't even make this. Also.
I don't know that I believe you.
I swear, this
Oh,
was
dang it.
Nucleotide because I showed him this like a week ago.
I gotta wait for my dash to recharge. I missed.
All right,
so, so
three,
pathetic.
2, 1.
There we go.
Ah,
I made it. I made it. Oh, well, we have found a secret base inside a secret base. This is fun.
Yeah, we can make a game out of this. It's your turn also.
Yeah, that means I got to be online for more than 30 minutes, though. It's about all I get anymore, it seems.
You make,
Ah,
that's your job, Ozone. You make the next base and the next.
all right, I'll see what I can do. All right, well, let's see. Back to dynamos. Let's see. Magmic uses lava. Yes. Pneumocist uses coins. How do we get coins? We need a pneumocist die out of a bunch of metals. Oh my gosh, that seems so weird. I mean, there are other coins in the game, but why aren't they under thermal? I think they might have been removed. I don't even know that we can make coins for the pneumatic dynamo. And this last one is the sterling uses burnable items. Well, in theory, if I can get like a botany pot to produce a bunch of wood, turn that into charcoal, then I can do that. That might be the most efficient thing. But yeah, it really doesn't seem like these are going to be any better than the diamond generator that I've already got, which is 8 knowledge points of disappointing. Gosh. Well, as much as I dislike it, I think the Sterling Dynamo is going to be the easiest place to start. Only 2 chromatic steel. I do think the magmic dynamo is the right way to go in the end. The Sterling Dynamo I do kind of like because I can just throw all of the burnable garbage that I get from the vault into it afterward and get some free energy out of it. You know, those fences and pressure plates and trapdoors and slabs and stairs and whatever else, Just there's so much that we get from the vault that is junk that is burnable. And as well as my vault junk, honestly. The real question will be, how much energy does it provide? All right, so let's see how much we can do with this dynamo, this Sterling dynamo. I'm also going to attach it to an energy cell. That's an applied energistics energy cell, so I do hope that it works just fine. Actually, I think I need to position it this way. Yeah, so that the red part is connected to something else. So at this point, I should be able to burn something, and I've got plenty of these old fences. I really don't know how much redstone flux we got out of that. That has none stored in it. So we got 2.3K. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be putting it out into the energy cell here. So let's try to put the energy cell there, and I've got some of these cables. So we'll pop a cable there and pop a cable there, and that does not connect at all. Wow. So do pipes not connect to applied energistics at all? That seems wrong and quite the shortcoming. Huh. Let's configuration. Let's enable that side for power. That side is power now, and it seems like this should be right. But we've got power built up in here, and it's not going anywhere. Oh, hey, that's really dissipated, and so now, yes, now we're getting the power. It transferred. So now I think we can do an apples to apples. Let's put this generator over here. The machine is turned off, and we only have 10 here. If we burn one piece of wood, it's going to be burning for a little bit, but when it's done, we can see how much redstone we've got. 1,200. All right, and now for comparison, we'll turn this into on the dynamo and see what we get over here. Yeah, 3,000. We got 3,000. So the dynamo is better than the iron furnace. Now there are diamond furnaces like I'm using in my AE system over there, and that does 64 FE per tick, which is 16 times more. So if we got 1,200 RF out of this for on an iron generator, then it seems like we would get 16 times 1,200 or about 18,000-ish from the diamond generator. So this dynamo seems like a loser. Loser. Gosh. And it seems like I need to just make another one of these. Or I spend the points and go into power. Or just have one of my friends on the server build a power setup for me. I've done my best to try to play with the other types of power generation systems, and so far, every single one of them has been inferior to power. Plain and simple, there is no comparison. The fact that you can use the magmic generator from Power, just put it over some lava, or better yet, some blazing crystals, and have unlimited infinite energy, and you don't have to feed it. It's just better. Hands down, in every way. It's just better. And you know what else I noticed while I was poking around in here? Phytogenic insulator. This is the block that lets you grow things from thermal expansion, and it also requires another mod unlock. So why? I mean, thermals has just been completely nerfed. It's been split up into one over here and one over here and one over here, and it takes a whole bunch of knowledge to get the whole thing unlocked. I feel like it's just been really, really nerfed. But there are clearly a lot of machines that I need to learn more about. I've only done a few of them. We got this separator, a fractioning still, an induction smelter. I mean, this is just a furnace, but still, some kind of crucible. That could be interesting. And others. I think I'm done mentally and out of time for things related to thermal in this video. I do hope you found it interesting to see me faffing about with learning about thermal. I knew a little bit going into it, but this really is just me trying to figure it out as I go along. And sometimes that's interesting, and I hope you enjoyed it. Well, let's talk for a moment about the cool things that I got in between episodes running vaults. Look at all that. I got a bunch more cards. I got 2 of these decks. I haven't even looked to see what it looks like. that is a really interesting shape. I don't know why I got 2 or what I'm going to do with 2, but also got a bunch more cards, which I think I'm going to open up. 2 unidentified treasure keys, which, you know what? Let's do that. We got an Upaline and a Gorgonite. Very good. I have yet to open any treasure doors, so I think I'm going to be trying to make that a point in a vault shortly. And a trinket. I love trinkets. They're really, really powerful. Come on, what do we got? The crystal ball. Ooh, that's a really good one too. Extra mana, 100%. Very nice. Oh, and another lost bounty. I think I got this one from a champion, so let's add that in and see what we got to do. Kill 28 assassin mobs? Easy. 43,000 XP. Look at all that wonderful loot. I mean, it's a little bit of gold, but we got some rare stuff and a catalyst, so very good. Definitely going to be working on completing that in the near future. Also, I got this entity, kill entity in the overworld. Elder Guardian. Just go kill 1 Elder Guardian. To me, that sounds like fun. I haven't done any of that yet, so I will definitely be doing that just for the fun of it. But unfortunately, I think we are out of time. And I didn't really get to do very much with this episode except just babble on about thermal. Oh, before I go, I have a special request. As you've seen, the server isn't really very busy. I started out with like 15 people that said they wanted to be on the server, and we're down to just a very, very few. So, this was always intended to be something of a community server. I don't want it to be public, of course, but if you'd like to join me on this server, well, come over to my Discord, fill out the form on the application, and more than likely, we'll be saying, yeah, come on in and join us. Because this server just isn't very active, and servers are always more fun with other people around. Now, I do say that this is a content creator server, even though there is no content creation required. I say that because obviously I'm making videos on this server. So any interactions that you have with other players could end up in a video, and everybody should act accordingly, right? There's one main rule about the server. You've got to be excellent to one another. All the other rules are just simplified down to that. No griefing, no stealing, no whatever else, all that good stuff that all the servers have. Just be excellent to each other, right? That's all we need. Well, there we go. I want you here on the server with me. And I hope that there's a few of you out there that think that might be fun. So like I said, hop over to the Discord, fill out the application, and let's start talking. Well, I guess that is it for now after all. Remember to like, subscribe, all the usual YouTuber stuff that I always harp on about and hate to do it, honestly, but it's what works and it's what needs to be done in order to grow my channel. Until then, though, remember, be excellent to each other. I'm out.